I'm John Scott Shepard, and I created You Me Her, and you want to talk to me about it.
Yep, I saw the first two episodes. Very enjoyable. Coming in, we kind of described what the show was about, and then we saw the first two episodes, and what was described and what we saw were two completely different things.
Surprising?
I think, and I loved it. I think that in watching it, the critic brain in me was going, how do they sell this so that people get what they're seeing versus kind of having that red flag of, sex and threesome, it's all bad, it has to be some...
Yeah.
How do you... Because...
It's a sex comedy.
It is, but
it's a farce.
It was more of a relationship comedy about sex.
That's
it
reality.
Wasn't...
Well, it's about relationships. I mean, that's the funny thing, is that I had a really earnest desire as a writer to investigate alternative relationships from a very grounded level. And I was curious about what they would look like and what they would feel like and whether it was relatable and whether I could make it believable. And that's all I wanted to do. I mean, it's a great writer's challenge, right? And if you do that, the best challenges are the best shows, the best things you make up. And I had seen so many alternative relationship shows and movies that were sex people, I call them. They're Planet Fassbender. They're in a lofty penthouse, or they wear masks. And I thought, what would it be like if it happened to me? What if I got into a relationship that I never imagined? What if my happiness and my truth looked bizarre based on my current society?
Now, do you hope, is this for you just a TV show? Or are you hoping to open a social dialogue, to have this kind of be debated by people, by viewers? Are you hoping for kind of a more openness talk about something like this, or is it just entertaining TV?
That's a really good question. That's one of the best questions, by the way, I've been asked. That's a great question. I think the idea, the notion that our happiness doesn't have to look the same in general, like whether you're gay or transgender or polyamorous or whatever, the idea, we're in lead time right now. We're in huge lead time, and it's very exciting. I find it very exciting. So in that way, I do feel like I'm part of something. I don't think I sat down and thought about that, to be honest with you, but at some point in the process, I felt like that was true. It was true. That I want everyone to pursue their happiness, and I'm so confused at the notion that people don't want other people to be happy. I don't get it at all.
Now, this airs on DirecTV, so it's a little bit like the Netflix or Amazon, where it's kind of a targeted audience. Explain a little bit about the different workings of dealing with television, like an ABC, NBC, or even cable, to working on a DirecTV. I mean, you're kind of revolutionary.
It's very different. It's wildly different. The way that TV, like broadcast network comedy happens, is based on a formula. It's just the way it works. It's the way that the machine runs. And so someone comes in with an idea like Ben and Kate, for instance, which was a brilliant pilot. And it's her story. It's a simple story about her relationship with her brother. It goes into a machine that is 14 people in a room pitching jokes. That's why the gap between the quality of what we call premium TV, which is cable or streaming or whatever, it's pretty broad. It's different. they ask you, what do you want to do? I wrote this like a book. I sat down and just wrote it. Wrote the whole fucking thing. 300 pages. And they only noted me twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a lot of freedom.
Yeah. So when you give an artist that kind of freedom, great things happen. I mean, they go back, they get the chance to discover stuff. And so I have nothing but love and respect for E1 and DirecTV. Because I told them, this is what I want to do. I'm going to give you 13, I gave them 13 pages about the whole season. And I said, just let me go write it. Let me go write it. And they noted 1 through 6 and then 7 through 10. That's what we did. And it was amazing. I mean, that's what happens. And I don't think the machine in network, broadcast network, TV, whatever we call it, is willing or able to accept that. A new way of doing things. But it's happening all over cable. I mean, Noah Hawley brought 4 friends together and broke 2 seasons of Fargo and then wrote it by himself. 4 people basically write American Horror Story. Obviously, the first season of True Detective was written by 1 person. It's like authored TV, and it has a voice. It has one singular voice. And it sounds like someone wrote the show, as opposed to it going through a fucking machine.
Well, I very much enjoyed the first 2 episodes. I can't wait to see where it goes. I hope people give it a chance, because like I said, it's what you hear and what you see are 2 completely different. It's very entertaining. It's very funny. There's a seriousness to it, though. There's consequences, but you fall in love with these characters. So thank you for your time, and good luck on the show.
Thanks, brother.
Yep.